Monday, April 14th, 2025. I'm Sweets, this is Sid, and we're just going to be quickly talking about what we have been doing coming off the weekend into this new week. On my side, I have been shipping a new Telegram integration so that we can get notified when errors occur, when special events occur. We mainly just want to the goal is to shorten the time between important event happening and our team is able to respond to that event. So that way we can have faster iterations on our team based on customer feedback. Is it okay if I go into a demo on that, or would you prefer to wait?
Okay. Nope, go ahead.
So here is how it works so far. Anybody can use this. I built it first as an external tool so that people can manually invoke it. And then I'm now adding it in for internal features. But if you say something like, please send the Recoup team a message letting them know I'm still waiting for my musician to be indexed. It's taken all weekend, and when I ask questions about fans, I still don't get any valuable responses. Please send the Recoup team a message letting them know I'm still waiting for my musician to be indexed. It's taken all weekend, and when I ask a question about fans, I still don't get any valuable response. We send that. I'm working on right now having it automatically notify us when a new conversation is created, just so that we're aware of like new conversations and how that's working. As you can see, I've included in the context some of the new info, like the email of my account, the conversation ID, so that you and I can dig into that conversation, and the conversation name. And then it says I'll send it, and then almost immediately says your message has been sent. And then inside of Recoup, our chat, you can see we got new team contact. It's got from my email so that you know what email to reach out to. We've got the chat name, index delay, chat ID so that we can look it up in Supabase, timestamp, message, and so let me just get your initial thoughts here. So this is what I've been building out this morning. Before we had talked about we wanted to do it on Slack, and I kind of pivoted us over to Telegram. Thoughts on this initial feature implementation?
I think it's fucking fire. I think the feature's fire.
What makes it fire to you?
That the tool you built can be used for like 4 different features, depending on how we actually set it up. So I really think it's a great infrastructure play of just like a great example of spending time to killing 12 birds with one stone. So I think it's an awesome tool. I also just think it's an awesome tool in general. I haven't seen the tool like this, like where like technically like we could set it up where it's like, I mean, I just went to like, damn, could I like ask Recoup to like text Alessa? Like, you know, like thinking about like okay, cool, like the agent as the UI type thing, how far can this go? So I think the infrastructure is really cool at that level of what it could do eventually.
Right. Like one thing I'm thinking through here is being able to reply to this and say, send him an email letting him know I'm working on a fix. Right now, if I send that, Recoup doesn't respond. There's no input on here. It's a one-way line of communication, but we could make this two-way. And this is a live published bot too. So anybody can send a message to this bot, and this can be another point of contact that anybody has internally on our team, as well as externally, anybody who has a Telegram account. Something that inspired me was I have a new card, my Moonwell card. I actually don't know if I should be sharing this, probably not, but I get a message in here every time I use the card, and it tells me, and I'm putting a thumbs up on it just to confirm, because I have a little bit of trauma that I'm going to get charged without knowing. And so I'm putting little thumbs up on every message just to confirm that I like it. And I can also do stuff like I can get my card info, and it has actions in here, and I can use my card app from Telegram. So I agree with you. Depending on the direction we want to build, this opens up a lot of opportunities, and I see this as more expansive for us to be building on Telegram than on Slack. Slack is great for like our internal team, but to build it externally, I think takes more work. I feel like building on Telegram allows us to have more expansive opportunities by building on this instead of Slack. Agree or disagree on that point?
I mean, I agree.
or no comment and move on.
I don't know. I agree initially. Like, yeah, like you're right, because you got it up and running, right? And probably would have taken longer for Slack. So yeah, like I like it. I think it's awesome.
Thank you for the support. So where I'm going from now, when the new combo is created, send an event. When there's an error on the server side in the chat, let us know that that error happened. On the client side, if an error happens, send it in the chat. And then I'm also going to try to remove autopilot and remove some legacy components I left in when we shipped this instant route. I shipped a couple things, like I don't want people to go instant this. It should be simpler. So I want to do a little bit of cleanup. The main thing I want to talk about, I know I've been going long, I'm going to toss it to you for your stand-up. The thing I want to talk about after your stand-up is we have 2 customer feedbacks that we're kind of revolving around. 1 RPM is how we were originally going to go about this week, is feedback to get 1 RPM reactivated with get artist comments. Bully Meow is also saying that he organically came on and is trying to index, and indexing was not working for them. And so do we want to pivot and get indexing working because it's higher up on the onboarding stack? Do we focus on 1 RPM because higher likelihood of converting into a meaningful way? And with that, I'll leave that question and toss it to you. What have you been building over this weekend? What are you focused on for today?
Over this weekend, I shipped a couple just UI fixes to like the chat bubble. A bug that I noticed was from the instant route is that new conversations don't populate in recent chats until the page is refreshed.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to fix that, got caught up. So I didn't get to ship that. But that was just me. I just came across that bug while I was just up shipping some of like the fixes. I shipped longer messages on text input box spans it just for you. I shipped that one just for you. And then this week I'm very 80% focused on communication with our active users in free trial, which is right now Steph and her team and Bully Meow and somebody else who just sent a message named Rishman X. But basically, I'm just kind of tracking the user conversations tool, seeing who's active, and the objective is to get them more active and figure out if they're not active, why. And that's my big thing. So sending Steph more and her team more emails, more communication. Something that I think is interesting is we had that great call on Friday, but Steph's the only one that used the tool. And she used it twice and then stopped using it. So like, 1, why didn't the rest of the team use it? What's blocking them? 2, what stops Steph from continuing to use the tool? I think this is like our metric right now is how do we get people to use it more? What's stopping them? Point blank period. If we can increase the usage, then everything becomes a lot easier. So I'm focusing on from like a communications and white glove side of it, less product focused, more just like emailing them, Loom videos, DMing. I'm going to start doing some content stuff as well. And that kind of, I guess, brings us to the question that you had that we want to decide, which is where to prioritize the build this week. And what are your thoughts?
They're both important things to get done, and we were going to prioritize them both. I'm leaning towards focusing on Steph's needs because there are more people and it is a bigger org. Bully Meow is actively responding. He's using it without us having to jump on calls with him. It's also in part of the onboarding flow, and I'm sure everybody is probably seeing that both of them are about paths. What are your thoughts on it?
I have a couple of thoughts, but the first thing I'm going to do is explain my experience. Mm-hmm. So something that I've been thinking about is like, how can I create more content around Recoup? to just drive more eyeballs, leads, marketing, etc. And one of the things I've been thinking about is like, okay, cool, I'll just use it more. But if I do more artists and different artists, it just show the expansion, right? So then I was thinking, all right, cool, like where are my blockers for using with different artists? And the same problem that Bully is having is the same problem that I would have if I wanted to go add Ed Sheeran to as an artist, right? Is I would like, I don't know if TikTok would work. I don't know if adding an artist that big will work. Like I don't know the limitations of the onboarding. So for me, it's blocking me from just freely adding any artist and then creating content and like trying to make stuff. But with that being said, I think that it's really important to get the Steph. Okay, two things. I think it's really important to get the Steph tool out the door because it shows that like you ask for something, we're going to iterate on it. And two, selfishly, I want to watch you build a tool. So if there's a way that when you're going to go build that, we just do it live. And so I can kind of watch over your shoulder and ask any questions and stuff. That would be awesome because then that will help me think through tools. Like I could feel more comfortable helping you build tools down the line because it seems like the tools are going to be the unlock. So those are my two kind of prerequisites to what I'm about to ask. I guess my question is are you clear? Which tool or which thing are you more clear about that you could build quicker? Meaning like you know the reason people want it and you know the fix and how to get it done.
Good artist comment.
So then go that route. And then I would say the other route is identify where you're not clear and let's fill those gaps before you start diving in. Because the last thing I want you to do is go build something that doesn't actually solve the problem. So even if it's just getting on a call with Bully and our stream and being like, all right, walk me through the process and let me see how you're doing it so that you can actually see where it's failing for him. But yeah, I would go with what you know and you're more comfortable with.
Cool. For 1 RPM, you had mentioned that you would like to be on that. I can do it in a live stream. Is that, would you like to be on that live stream with me, or would you prefer I do the live stream whenever it fits me and then you watch the recap, you watch it post?
Yeah, I will bend to your schedule when it comes to your building process. So if you're going to build it and you can live stream it, just like ping me and like I'll jump on the live stream like if I can. If not, I'll just watch it afterwards. But just understanding how you're building their tool calls out is, I think, is something that I'm excited to dive deeper in.
I will stay focused on that one then.
If I can, if it helps, loop me in with Bully Meow on DM, like just start a group with me and I can take a call with him and have him walk me through his like where he's getting the error. And that way, once you're done with the Steph stuff, I'll be able to give you the exact video of where he's getting caught up and what's happening, how he's using it. Would that help?
Here's the combo so far. I initially reached out because we had observed on the last call that he was using it. And so I just told him, thanks for using it. Wanted to reach out and see if you have any product feedback so far. How can we make it more helpful for your goals as an artist? Glad to share more feedback once it saves my socials and gives specific feedback on my socials. Right now, it's not working for me. You rock, enjoy the day. And then he came back a minute later. I recently decided to play live in San Francisco, so I'm shaping up the socials. I only use X, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Left Facebook years ago. YouTube and Facebook we don't actually support. So what, like you said, remove the mid stuff. We should be removing the slots for YouTube and Facebook because it makes people think that.
I don't even think we have. Oh, you're saying on our artist settings. Agreed.
And then I told them I will clean it up, fire emoji. I'll extend the scraping to maximize the fan data, letting them know that like we'll do extra because you're seeing these bugs. Stay tuned. Love the betas. Follow up with feedback. So let me create that group for you and him to chat. Create group, Bully, Sid, next. Connecting Bully with Sid. What's your intention?
Jump on a call with him and help get his stuff straight. Well, you build the fix on your own, but I can help him manually do it.
To fix the errors, maybe not fix, to help understand the errors Bully is seeing so we can improve the AI agent helping grow Bully's music artist career. Anything else you need for me to set this combo up so that you can take over Bully Meow for now so that I can focus on get artist comment tool?
Nope, that's perfect. I'll take it over and I will get as much information as possible on what his actual issue is and how he's using the product.
Anything else you want to cover on the stream?
I think we're good.
Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you give us a like, give